Good afternoon and welcome to Nokomis Regional High for today's quarterfinal field hockey matchup. The Warriors are playing host to the Lawrence Bulldogs. Nokomis comes in as the number 3 seed facing the number 5 seed or 6 seed Lawrence. Two perennial teams with top teams. Warriors coming in with 11-3 record and Lawrence with a 9-5 record. So we should be on tap here for a really exciting field hockey matchup today. Warriors bring in a nice mix of some veteran leadership with some dynamic young players. And I think in Lawrence you always see a high-intensity athletic team. Teams get their final instructions from their coaches. Just a beautiful fall afternoon. We were talking before the game. It seemed like summer just kept on going with those 80-degree days, and then suddenly it was 50. We missed those kind of early fall, 60-degree days or nearing 70, but beautiful afternoon for a game. Happy to be back on campus doing a little broadcasting, of course, with our state championship golf coach, Matt Brown, Warrior Broadcasting Director. What a way to cap off the fall season and start of a school year for the Warriors to add another state title. Nokomis working the ball. Centering pass. Randall with it in the middle, gets it over to the left. Ball's chipped over to number 1. That's Maeve Rush, freshman, who's had a very strong season, a really talented young player. She's going to be exciting to watch. Earns the first penalty corner for the Warriors. Of course, a penalty corner is when the defense fouls within that 16-yard semicircle. The defense allowed to have 4 field players and a goalkeeper, and the offense can have as many people as they want on the circle. Ball does have to go outside of the circle first. It's stopped. Rush with the stop shot. Oh, just wide. And so with the first corner, a good offer. And it looks like it must have been tipped by a Lawrence player as the official signals a free hit coming in or at the 25. So Nokomis will keep the pressure on. Watson will set the ball in play. Drop pass to Toulouse, another talented young player. Toulouse had a great freshman year. Delaney Ranlett fouled. Rush will start play. She'll drop it to Ranlett. They try a little give and go. Lawrence trying to interfere with that. Nokomis fouls, so the Bulldogs will be able to hit the ball out of their own defensive end. A little too strong over the sideline. Nokomis able to keep Lawrence in their own half of the field. Of course, momentum is such a big part of every sport. Warriors are looking to see if they can get on the scoreboard first and set a tone. Watson just weaving through a couple of defenders, brings it inside the 25, tries the no-look center pass. It's intercepted. Pilot pushing it up the right sideline. Ranlett cuts it off. Lawrence is able to take it away. Drake tries a centering pass. It's intercepted. Nice picks it off. Nice with the clearing ball up to the midfield mark where the Warriors are fouled, so they'll keep possession. Rush will restart play. Rush just maneuvering through a host of defenders. Pushes it out to Randall. Randall has it on the left. Nice defensive play by the Bulldogs. They chip it through the middle. Centering pass is collected. Again, Ella Toulouse, just a solid defender, takes it away. Fans on the pass, but stays with it. Big swing, the ball's chipped up to midfield. Pilock cuts onto it. She dodges by one defender. Actually, Toulouse again with a big play. Gives it right to Rush. Rush over midfield with the ball. Splits a couple of defenders, trying to find some space. Winds up. A little bit of a miss hit, but nice cut back by King to try to keep it alive. King pushes it out wide. Deflects off a Lawrence defender, so the Warriors will keep possession. Watson's fouled. She'll go with the quick restart. Out in the wing to Nice. Trying to keep it in bounds. Can't, so Lawrence will have a side in. First 5 minutes to play here in this quarterfinal action. No score. Warriors had the one penalty corner attempt. For the most part, Nokomis has been successful keeping the ball in the Lawrence end of the field. Trying to find that quality scoring opportunity. Watson through a crowd of players. Actually make that Ranlit. And a second penalty corner for Nokomis. Warriors got a good shot off on their first attempt, just wide of the goal. I think it was tipped wide by a Lawrence defender. Ranlit and Rush at the top. It goes to Rush. Rush stops, drops it off to King. Little give and go, centering pass. Can't hold on to it. Ranlit tracks it down. Warriors trying to keep it in bounds. It's over the end line. Bulldogs come out with a hit. So Nokomis trying some combination passing in that corner. Just couldn't quite connect for the clean shot. But Nokomis takes the ball away again. Nice working right to left, just outside of the circle. She's fouled, so a third corner. We'll see how this goes. Doing the camera. I feel for our Matt Brown not feeling well today, but he's trying to take one for the team. So I can't even see if I'm on the play. Ball drops out to King. She tracks back for it. Ranlit, or Watson trying to pop it in. She's fouled. Shot, it's the short side, hits the outside of the goal, so Nokomis pressuring. Lawrence defense holding tough. Again, my apologies for the filming. I do not have a hat on, and the glare on the camera is significant. A little too strong over the sideline. Warriors restart play. Nice pass to Rush. Rush collects. She's fouled. Centering pass to Rush. Rush works to the right side of the field. Ball's bounced through, deflected out of bounds. Warriors will take the hit coming in. Nice job staying with the ball. Crossing ball right into the circle. It's stopped by the Bulldogs. Pushed out wide, pushed back in, hits a foot. Big ball through the middle of the field. Rush gets a piece of it. Can't collect it. Randall crashes back, trying to get it. Lawrence trying to get out of their own half of the field. They're fouled right at midfield. The official says keep playing. No advantage. Toulouse digs it out. Stays with the play. Nice pass out into space. That was nice over there, cutting on. Ball goes all the way through the middle. Randall's there, just can't connect. And it'll just go over the end line. Hey, Daniel, do you want to come and do the camera? I'm going to call in somebody from the bullpen to help out because I'm sure I'm missing the entire play and I'm making you seasick. Matt's a little under the weather. All right, our tech director, or not tech director, tech staff, Daniel Young to the rescue. Lawrence finally into the Nokomis end of the field, but they foul, so it'll come out.
The problem is I can't see.
Yeah, the glare on that's significant.
Way out of focus.
Well, that probably would be my doing.
There we go.
Big crossing ball into the circle, ricochets around. Nokomis goalkeeper gets a leg on it. It's Ramasco in goal, so Nokomis transitions out quickly, but Lawrence finally getting a chance to put some pressure on the Nokomis defense with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Still no score.
Well, I was only going to be here for a few minutes, but it's okay. I just got to call my son. Go ahead. No, I'll do it. Matt.
Toulouse working it through the middle of the field.
I need your hat. I need your hat, bud. Sorry for the camera work, folks. I cannot see with this glare.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try. Here we go.
Hit through the middle. King picks it off, quickly sends it out wide. Coach Robinson for the Bulldogs trying to realign the team to get them to spread out a little bit. Long free hits just over the sideline. Small gives chase. Ranlett working it up the left. She's fouled all the way. Nice work. She cracks the ball through the middle of the field. Nice tip by King. Deflected it right into the circle. Nice sprints on. Overran the ball. Lawrence quickly transitioning. Ranlett slows the play down. Nearly gets the takeaway, but slows the Bulldog rush attack down. Cole with the lifted ball. We'll turn it back over to the Warriors. 2 to go in the first quarter. No score here in this Northern Maine Class B quarterfinal action. The number 3 Warriors taking on the number 6 Lawrence Bulldogs. Ball's flipped up to the middle of the field. Foul, so Nokomis will keep it. Rush takes the ball, maneuvers by a couple of defenders, takes it out to the left. Boy, she's got some incredible stick skill. Nice little shake and bake move. Flips it into the circle. It's batted out, but stays with the play. Takes it on the left end line. turns, hits the ball. It's deflected out by the Lawrence defenders. Most think Rush, instead of trying that centering pass, is having success just maneuvering through the defenders. Just keep going. There's no rule that says you can't just dribble the ball into the goal. Ball into the circle. Toulouse gets a piece of it. It'll be a hit coming into the circle just outside. Lawrence trying to be really speedy with their free hits. It's a Nokomis foul, so the Bulldogs will get... Not sure if I didn't mark their first corner, if that is their first corner. So in the final 20 seconds of the quarter, Lawrence will play out this quarter, will play out this corner. Ball goes to the top, pushed back into the middle, a little drop pass, Toulouse all over it. Nice picks it up. That should close out the quarter. So after one quarter, scoreless, Warriors dominate in possession time, but the Bulldogs surge at the end. We'll take a short timeout and come back for second quarter action. Warriors giving a Warrior chant. Horn sounds, and we'll start second quarter action here in just a moment. I think Nokomis has the center pass to start the second quarter. Rush lifts it to about the 30. It's picked off by Lawrence. Nokomis takes it right back. Nice has it on the right. Nice with some space up the right. Loses the handle. She's fouled, so she'll restart play. Ball pushed through a crowd of players. Ping pongs around. Lawrence comes out with it. Ball over the 50. Toulouse. Toulouse works through a few defenders. Stays with the play. She fouls. Ranlett intercepts. Ooh, it's a tough call on Ranlett. Nokomis kind of given a lot of space on that free hit. I always like to pressure the free hit, really force the player to make a good play. Nice stick by Randlet. Randlet's had some nice play early on. Nokomis thinking the right thing and trying to get that outlet pass to the wing, but sometimes not just enough on it. It's not getting by that last defender. Nice with a spin move, brings it into the circle. She's doubled up, so it's taken away from her. Watson maneuvering with the ball. There's just that crowd of players between the 25 and the top of the circle. I think when Nokomis tries to attack along the side, they have great success, but sometimes a little too quick to unload. I think if the defense is giving you room, that's going to be called a corner. The defense is giving you the space. Take it. You know, sometimes you get space, you think, oh, I'll hit it. There's such a fine balance of when do I keep it and when do I pass it. I think when you get in that deep end, if no one's pressuring you, keep it on your stick and then fire on goal. Nice will start the corner. Rush and Randlet. King at the top. Goes to Rush with the stop. Shot. It's wide. A good contact by Rush, but just about 5 feet to the left of the goal. Randall gets a piece of it, can't collect it. Watson battling in the middle. She spins and sweeps it in. King tries to help it on its way. Can't connect. Randlet tracks it back down. Spins back. Hearing Coach Saucier saying you got room down at the baseline. Deflected out of bounds by Lawrence. That's what I love about Delaney Randlet's play. Very smooth and steady. She never looks flustered. Just keeps that steady intensity the whole game. Watson picks it up, spins and flips it into a couple of defenders, gets off a foot. Nice quick restart by Watson. Tries the reverse sweep. It's into the circle, bounces around. King tries to bat it down. Ooh, that was a tough play. I thought that was a great touch by Reagan King. Just showcasing her incredible hand-eye coordination. Lawrence quickly transitions it to the other end of the field. Toulouse and Pilote give chase. Toulouse comes up with it. Pilote stays with it and wins the battle. Cole leaves it for Pelletier. Clean stop. Lawrence's day will restart it. She's double teamed. Randlet showing her strength, working it up the left side, one-handed. That's not easy to do, especially with a defender right on you. Randlet sends one up to the wing. King's got some space to collect it. Little cut-back move, a little too far off her stick, gave room for Lawrence to connect with her. Drops it over to Rush. Rush has it in the middle, taps it by a couple of defenders. Stays with the play, able to take it back. That's where Rush has some room, ought to just come to the left and keep working. Tips it over to King. Another foul in the circle by Lawrence. It'll be the 5th penalty corner. I think Moulton picked that up for the Warriors. Again, I'd love to see Maeve Rush, when she gets inside that 25, she had some space to the left. Just take it hard left, draw a defender, cut back in, keep it on the stick, get into the circle, and fire the shot. Just like that. Goes to King. King stops. Shoots. Nice deflection by the flyer on the Lawrence defense. Watson with a nice quick restart. Punches it back in. King pops it up in the air. It's tipped in by Moulton. Nice piece of work there. Lawrence tries to clear. Nice backtracks for it. She splits a couple of defenders, working her way along the end line, and she's bumped off the ball, so it'll be another corner for the Warriors. Really like to see the movement offensively by Nokomis, really moving to the ball and not waiting for it to roll to them. You've seen a couple players make really nice touches on the ball. Nice, sends it to King. King with the stop. Hesitates. I think she's got to read that better. That flyer is just standing there waiting for her to pass it back, and that was a nice piece of work. Little reverse chip is a little bounce. King gets a piece of it, and it's in the net. Reagan King with the first goal of the match to give the Warriors the 1-goal lead, and that's just persistence by Nokomis. They just wouldn't say quit on that play. Boy, that first goal in playoff action is critical, but you know, you hear the say in any low-scoring game, field hockey, ice hockey, soccer, these next few minutes are critical. I know I was watching the U.S. national soccer team, and I know their coach had talked about the intensity when the U.S. team scores. They've been giving up a goal in the next 2 or 3 minutes, and so these first 3-4 minutes are really key. You know, you can't. You know, it could go either way. Either if the defense gets down on themselves, the offense can capitalize and score again. If the offense just sort of thinks, oh, there, it's done. Nice pick out of the air by Watson. Watson just gliding up the field. She's bumped off the ball, so Warriors will keep possession. Watson with a beautiful pass to King, right on the stick. King centers it into the middle, tries to get the shot off again, and fans, hits the stick, so it'll come out. But that was a beautiful pass and reception, Watson to King. And I think if you want to see anybody heat up as you're making a playoff run, it's Reagan King. She just is an incredible athlete. And when she gets in a zone, she's unstoppable. I don't care what sport it is. Field hockey, basketball, softball, probably cornhole, horseshoes, golf, you name it. Ball's flipped into the middle. Nokomis hustling to keep pressure. Watson right there in the middle again gets another piece of it and comes away with the ball. Watson just dominating midfield. Beautiful ball into the circle. No one can catch up with it, so go the other way for the Bulldogs. Sorry, my vocal cords aren't in speaking form. We'll get this playoff action. It'll get me right back into the groove. And if you're wondering, retired life is pretty fantastic. It's been really fun to be able to stay up late on what would be a school night to watch the Mavericks game and see Cooper Flagg do his thing. I mean, how incredible has that been? It's just nuts. But a lot of fun to do, and certainly missing a lot of my Warrior friends, but life is good, and happy to be able to come back and help out with some broadcasting. Five to go in the first half. Warriors strike first for Reagan King blast. You can see the Warriors starting to get at a bit of a rhythm here. Watson, Ranlett, Toulouse really just solid defensively and keeping the pressure on. Little pop through the middle. Rush with a beautiful move picks it up. King and Rush just working together beautifully. If one doesn't have it, the other one picks it up. Lawrence just trying to have some pressure valve releases, push it over the sideline. Watson will leave it to Ranlett. Goes all the way through to King. King with a nice slip through, kind of screened off by the defender, couldn't catch up with it. Big hit. Burke tracks it down, flips it back. Ball stepped on by the Lawrence attacking player, so it'll come the other way. Warriors with the ball. Ooh, dangerous crossing pass there, and that's the risk. If that defense intercepts it, they can step right in for a shot, but nice recovery by Nokomis. Lawrence keeping the pressure on, big ball. Burke gets a piece of it. Toulouse picks it up. Coach Associate trying to urge Toulouse to work that sideline, kind of flips it in, and no one moves for it. Off Toulouse's leg. Lawrence again with a quick hit. Watson gets a piece of it. It's a foul just outside of the circle, so it'll be a hit coming in for the Bulldogs. Lawrence with an opportunity to perhaps tie this one up. Nice little move by the defenders. It's incredible speed by Rush. Breaks through, loses a handle on her stick. Moulton battling for it. Rush with the aerial. King gets a little piece of it. Moulton picks it up, sweeps it ahead. Nice deflection by the Lawrence defender to take it away. Toulouse steps up, picks it up. Toulouse flips it back through the middle. A lot of kind of up and down in the middle. I think I've heard a couple people talk about trying to get it out wide. Might be fans, might be coaches, who knows, but they're not wrong. It's where you really want to work the width of the field and make the defense chase. You don't want to get in a kind of a tennis ping pong match or just back and forth in the middle. Watson breaks it ahead, flips it out into space. Moulton gives chase. Flipped out of bounds by number 20, Gagnon for the Bulldogs. 1:40 to go, first half. Warriors up 1-0. Watson starts it. Sliding pass. It's all the way into the circle. Fan and miss goes all the way to the goalkeeper, and everybody's just standing and watching. I think of a bit of a missed opportunity by Nokomis. They'd been having great movement to the ball, and I think everybody just sort of just got lulled by that ball. Toulouse maneuvers over the 50, pushes it ahead, finds King in the middle of the field. Nice little spin touch by King, taken away. Nice gets a piece of it. Could Nokomis maybe take some insurance into half with a goal? Nice chips it right along the end line. And again, people just standing and watching. King trying to flip it in. Lawrence able to battle and get the foul. With under a minute, Nokomis nearly adds to their lead. They steal the ball and come right back with it. And that's where Nokomis got to recognize, as a player right on you, if you pull your stick away from the ball and go to hit it, you are going to create a stick foul. You can't just crash your stick, even if you're trying to hit the ball, into the defender's stick. And that's, I think Nokomis sometimes is a little too anxious to try to hit the ball. Just keep it on your stick and get into some space before you release that hit. Or push it. 10 seconds, unless Nokomis can quickly get this into the circle for a corner this half will end. 5 seconds. Nice, flips it in. Nokomis gets a little bit of pressure. Nice save by the goalkeeper for Lawrence, so that'll be the end of the first half action. Warriors head to the halftime with a 1-goal lead. Courtesy Reagan King will break for halftime and come back for second half action. Here we go, back for second half action. Bulldogs get the play started. Again, field hockey a few years back shifted to 4 15-minute quarters. Warriors really controlled possession, a time of possession, but only came away with 1 goal. Lawrence had a couple of flashes where they broke in, but weren't able to capitalize. Rush surveys the field. I apologize if I missed numbers. It's just a bit of sun still peeking over the trees right in my eyes. Lawrence punches it ahead. Rush just weaving through defenders, cuts in on the right, centering pass a little bit behind our forward teammates. Again, I'd like to see Rush just keep going. Keep going. It's like the last player you can dodge is the goalkeeper. Just incredible stick skills by this freshman. I mean, she is going to be a player throughout the state to watch. Drilled in, but not touched by anybody. Again, right there, just, even though it didn't count, you could just see how quick she could get that hard hit off with those dribbling skills. She's definitely going to be a player that fans quickly become, fans and opponents quickly learn the name of. Toulouse weaving by a host of defenders. Gets it over to Nice. Nice communication. Moulton calls for it. Moulton trying to shovel it through a couple of defenders. She's fouled. Watson again with the quick hits all afternoon. Comes right up, takes it. She's fouled. Quick restart. Again, nice pass into space. Moulton trying to catch up with it. Lawrence able to take it away, but Moulton steals it right on the baseline. Centering pass, beautiful centering pass. No one can catch it. Ranlett tracks it down. Ranlett pushes it into a crowd of people, and it's off a leg, so it'll be in a Nokomis corner. Warriors picking up right where they left off. Good movement, good offensive pressure. Nice, we'll try starting one from the right side. Should get King. Rush and Ranlett at the top. Pushes it out to King. King with the clean stop. Bounces it on. Goalkeeper comes out and play it. Rush with the stop. Strikes it back on. Not sure what that call was. Looked like a good hit. Lawrence steps up, tries to punch it out, but there's Moulton. Rush keeping the pressure right on. Rush with a little dribble pop through is tripped up, so she'll start again. Kind of floats it to the other side of the fielder. Nice. Nice picks it up. Nice is fouled. And I think Lawrence is content with some of these stick fouls to just slow down the attack. Little pass to Watson. Watson fans initially, but spins and picks it up. Tips it into the circle. It's punched out. Nice picks it up. Nice drills it across the field. I think Moulton got a stick on it, but Moulton should have just let that ball go through. She wasn't really in a position to score, but you're never gonna be mad at a kid for playing a ball. Official trying to get the Nokomis to take the ball opposite the foul. Watson pushes one right into the circle. Lawrence able to pick it up. Watson just all over it today. Stays with the play. Nice centering ball right to the middle. And someone offensively for Nokomis that's shading to that left side offensively has got to step to the ball. They're just waiting for it to come through. They got to move to meet it. Lawrence breaks out with it. Olivia Belanger slows the play down. Nice defensive play by her. Lawrence with a quick restart. Toulouse bravely gets a stick in on that big hit and comes away with it. Toulouse is fouled. She'll push it through the middle. King tips it ahead. Lawrence pushes it out. Warriors keep possession inside the Lawrence 25, inside 10 minutes, third quarter, still just a 1-0 game. Reagan King scored the 7:47 mark in the second quarter. Nice picks it up, trying to create some space. She's fouled, so they'll give Nokomis their 8th penalty corner of the game, second of the half. Nice push pass right out to Rush. Rush drills it. Goalkeeper with a great save. Watson stops it. Pushes it right into the edge of the circle. Goalkeeper pops it up, but it's into her own teammate. Not sure why that's not advancing. That should be a penalty corner for Nokomis. I think Coach Saucier trying to make that point as well. Kind of like well, it's not in soccer. You don't get a penalty stroke if it's a handball, but it's the ball hit the body of the defender. It should have been a call, but it's okay. Can't see them all. Can't get them all. Nokomis continuing to pressure. Rush just wheeling and dealing with the ball. She's got 3 defenders around her and able to just split them out to Watson. Watson with a nice quick pass in. King gets a piece of it. Lawrence just battling to keep this a 1-goal game. Watson sends it over to Moulton. Moulton fouls, so the hit will come out. It's been all Nokomis in this third quarter. But credit the Lawrence defense. They are just showing that bend, don't break toughness. Nice, splits some defenders right through the middle. Moulton just having a tough time with the feet. They're actually got a couple of foot fouls. Big drive through the middle of the field. That's going to go all the way to the other end. Toulouse sprints to it. Initially taken away from her, but a nice job staying with the play. Toulouse is fouled. Trying to push it through 4 defenders and doesn't make it through. Nokomis side, Lawrence side with something to cheer about. As they get animated, maybe sensing an opportunity to tie this up, and that happens when you're in one end, you're in one end. Nice little shovel lift pass centered. It's knocked down by Nokomis. Ball's out in front. Nice save by Ramasco. Lawrence with their best scoring opportunity of the game nearly put one in if it wasn't for a great save by Ramasco. The senior goalkeeper, she hasn't had a lot of action but comes up big. Lifted ball comes into the circle. Toulouse feels it, throws it out. Again, Nokomis getting a little bit stationary, letting balls kind of come to them where they've done a nice job moving the balls. It's a foot foul, and Lawrence will pick up their first penalty corner of the half, second of the game. It might be their third. I might have missed one, but I think it's only the second. So a big opportunity for Lawrence to tie this game up. 5:45 to go, third quarter. Ball sent to the near side, drop pass to the middle. Foul on the initial defense by Rush will give Lawrence another opportunity. A little bit of a misfire, goes all the way across the circle, kind of comes out. Lawrence trying to keep it in. Balls drop back, little off balance hit in. Post player trying to shovel it in, and Ramasco comes up big again with another save. That was a pretty play by Lawrence, only matched by the great defensive play. King with some open field. She's got two people chasing her and the goalie. She dodges by one. Seems like something there. The coach, Saucier, just pleading with the official. King kind of got just bopped off the ball, but let him play. You know, talking about contact, I mentioned the Mavs game. It's been, you know, interesting to watch it pro play a little more closely, to see the amount of contact that happens and just the physicality of that game. It's incredible what happens during the game and the pounding those players take. And Lawrence sensing some momentum here. 3 to go. Third quarter. It's a 3-on-1 and a nice job by Belanger to just slow the attack down. It's Lawrence wanting to tie this one up. Nice double team by Nokomis to take the ball away. Moulton's fouled. Big bouncing ball. Small trying to pick it up. Lawrence comes away with it. Watson's been all over the field today. Does a nice job spinning past a couple defenders. Wild swing is called. King sends the ball ahead. Moulton gives chase as one defender. It's skirts by her, the goalkeeper, deciding to play it, and it's over the end line. Oh, actually they say Lawrence touched it, so it'll be a 25 hit coming in. So 2.5 to go, third quarter. Can Nokomis slow down the Lawrence momentum? So a lot of middle of the field action. I'd like to see Nokomis having more success when they're working the sidelines. Watson with a beautiful takeaway. She's got King and Small with her. Flips it over to King. A little long for her. Can she catch up with it? The defender decides to let it go. They changed the call. Give it the side in, which is the correct call. Coach Saucier. Oh no, they're going to give it. Say nope. It was just over the sideline. Coach Saucier frustrated with that. Big ball through the middle of the field. Gets a lucky field bounce. Nice job by Belanger, tracking it down. She's fouled. It's a flex out of bounds off Lawrence. Minute 15, third quarter. Lawrence picking up the intensity. They've had some opportunities. Watson with a nice aerial over the 50. Right to Nice. Nice picks it up. That's where Moulton's just got to circle behind Nice. Nice was moving with the ball with speed. Don't stand in front of her. Get behind her. So you want that weaving action. It's like that's the best thing you can do for a teammate sometimes is get out of their way. Nice trying to create a little space on the end line. Loses the handle on it. Rush with it just outside the circle, trying to get by a couple of defenders. Tries the reverse chip. Oh, bam! What a goal by Maeve Rush! Wow! That is a freshman. That is not a freshman move. That was an incredible score by Rush. Just had the ball on the right, maneuvered by 2 or 3 defenders, and just drills the reverse shot into the back of the goal. With 29.5 seconds to go in the third quarter, the Warriors double the lead. It's 2-0 Nokomis. I think that's a thing Rush could do all the time. Like, just unleash the dragon, let it go. Lawrence rushes down the field, trying to see if they can get this back to just a one-goal game. The time on the quarter is going to expire, but the Bulldogs will be allowed to play out this quarter. So the play will be allowed to continue until there's a goal, there's an offensive foul, or the defense gets it past the broken circle, or the offense puts it out of bounds. So Lawrence starts on the right side, drive all the way across the goal, and wow! Lawrence answers. What a beautiful tip into the goal. I'll try to get that player number, but it was a beautiful crossing ball to the left post to end the quarter. I think that was number 1. Maya Dixon, with no time on the clock in the third quarter, kind of steals the momentum Nokomis had. Close out the third quarter, but it's a 2-1 game with 1 quarter left to play. So back-to-back goals by each team, just beautiful shots on both sides of the ball. But that's what we talked about, that let-up when a goal's scored. Can you capitalize on it? And the Warriors kind of put themselves in a good position, maybe going into the end of the third quarter with a 2-zip lead and just kind of let up a bit. And Lawrence kept the pressure on and got their first goal of the game to keep this 2-1. All right, so the final 15 minutes of regulation set to get started. Warriors, 2 goals. Second quarter goal by King and a third quarter goal by Rush. And then with no time on the clock, playing out a penalty corner, the Bulldogs capitalize off of Maya Dixon, deflection into the goal. Lawrence looking to say, hey, can we keep this going and tie it right back up? Rush picks it up. Rush just maneuvering by players. Tips it out wide. Randall picks it up. Ball go over to Lawrence. Lawrence with a big hit. It's a foul on the hit, so go right back to Nokomis. Warriors would like nothing better to push this back to that 2-goal lead. King picks it up, tips it by a defender. Nice right there, picks it up. Crossing ball right into the circle by everybody. Ranlett picks it up. Ranlett fans, she'll get called on it. Randall trying to take the ball away, at least slows it up. Ranlett fouled. Ranlett and Watson, nice in that back defensive area, have had monster games. Toulouse, too. A really solid defensive team. And if you want to make a deep playoff run, like, you absolutely got to be able to score goals, but you got to have a solid defense. And Warriors definitely do. They have all the pieces you need to really challenge anybody. Rush continues with it into the circle, loses the handle, stays with the play. Long through ball, 3 Warriors give chase. Nice job by, is that Burke, taking the ball out of harm's way, bringing it out wide. Lawrence takes it right away. Watson in with a low stick tackle. That's where maybe a little bit of fatigue. Watson just kind of on the back foot chops it. And that's not something you see early in the game from her. Like, she'd get her feet around and get moving upfield with the ball so she can see what's there. She's covered a lot of ground today. And that's where, when you start seeing more stick files, you see a little bit of fatigue coming into play. 12 minutes to go, regulation, 2-1 Nokomis lead. Lawrence having some of their best play all game, starting to spend more time in the Nokomis end of the field. Players get tangled up. Nice falls down, and official calls Warriors didn't attempt to get 5 yards away, so Lawrence will get a corner. They'll upgrade it to a corner. You can have a quick start on a free hit, and you don't have to wait for players to get 5 yards away, but defensively, you have to make if you're within 5 yards, you have to at least make an effort to get away. You can't play the ball. And if you do, they'll upgrade that foul, and if it's inside the 25, it gets upgraded to a corner. So Bulldogs struck goal on their last play. See if they can do it again. Centering pass at the top of the circle. Toulouse tries to push it out, goes back to Lawrence. Hits a foot. It'll be the 5th corner of the half for the Bulldogs. Ball comes out to the top, little drop pass. Official with the hand up for another corner. Warriors are struggling a little bit to get the defensive clear, and that's what you see sometimes, is kind of too impatient defensively to try to clear the ball upfield, and it's too quick to hit it. You don't really get a clean hit, and it's an easy pickoff for the other team to just take it away and head right back into the circle. I think Lawrence uses one of their timeouts. Maybe Coach Robinson's got a secret play in the back of her pocket that she's waiting for or sees something that she wants to get her team together on this corner to see if they can tie it up. So this is a big moment for both teams. I think you can see Nokomis maybe fatigue and some of those key players playing a little bit of action. I know heard Coach Saucier say it at halftime, this is a kind of game we're going to do a lot of running up and down. Lawrence, as I said, they're always well-coached, athletic team. They've had some big hits when they've had the ball defensively. They've blasted upfield, so it's a lot of chasing back and forth. So I think, obviously a nice opportunity for Lawrence to kind of collect themselves, to really drop the exact play they want. But I honestly think this timeout may have benefited Nokomis. We'll see what happens here on the play. But I think Nokomis needed a little bit of a rest break and kind of gassed a little bit. Ball's inserted off the whistle again, over to the right side. Little drop pass. Continuing to work it around the circle. The player was there for the tip in. That was Dixon again, but she fanned on the shot. But Lawrence trying to methodically work it around the circle to get that backside goal like they did before. Toulouse will start it. Toulouse drills one into a crowd. Ricochets off a couple players. Will stay with Nokomis. Nice hit it to Watson. I'm not sure Watson was ready for that. So again, a middle of the field ball is picked off, and that's where work the sideline. You've got the lead. You don't want to put any high-risk balls out there. Ball's poked away. Foul by Lawrence. 9:15 to go, regulation. Lawrence, you can see that they're playing with a little bit of desperation and momentum, and Nokomis looks a little tired. The ball's deflected up. Will be the 7th penalty corner of the half for the Bulldogs. I think Warriors got to dig down and find that second win and get back to that clean play we were seeing early in the game. We'll see if Lawrence mix it up. The last few corner plays have been stops and little passes around the circle. They struck goal with that hard crossing ball. It swept in. Nice stop by Rush to take it out, and that's exactly what you want to do, is just clear it out wide. It ended up going over the sideline, but that's not a dangerous play. Gives time for the defense to recover. Gets it out of that circle. Nice job by Moulton coming back into back tackle. She's fouled from behind. That's the kind of hustle, team hustle, you need all 10 field players hustling for it. Toulouse drills it through a couple of defenders. Nice, takes it into the middle of the field, splits 2 defenders. Ball ricocheted off a Nokomis player's leg. I think that was Moulton, so Lawrence will have to pull it out. Restart. Watson with the quick reset. Ball goes all the way over the 50. Players sprinting for it. King closing the gap quickly. Wow, and she's able to get it. King flips it out, creates some space, looks up, by another defender. It's knocked out of bounds. So Warriors have spent a good chunk of time this quarter in their own end of the field. So nice to get back on the offensive side of the ball. Watson will restart it at the 25. I think all 10 field players for Lawrence are packed into the circle, and that's where you need a corner. It's really difficult to get a shot off when there's that many bodies in there. Rush just maneuvering by players. It's tipped out. It'll be a 25-yard hit coming in. Yeah, with 11 defenders packed into there, what you really need to do is dump it on a foot and get a penalty corner so you get a little bit better odds to score. Rush again with that reverse chip. Nice save by the goalkeeper. Lawrence just battling to keep it out of there. Ranlett with it. Ranlett chips it through. It's tipped by King. King keeps a stick on it. It's got to be a stick foul. You could just hear the clash. And we got a... Yes, it hit a foot. So Warriors putting some good pressure on. 5:40 to go. I think Nokomis playing like it's a tie game, but they do have a goal lead, but we don't want it to get tied. I think this is where you want to play possession ball. So you can see that fatigue where, like, Nice has got to cut back for that ball. You can see Belanger had it, but not a strong hit. Cut back and protect her. .5:15, Fan on the play. Watson kind of dubs one right back. Again, that's that fatigue element as you're getting deeper into the game. Watson's had a monster game. think Watson's going to get called for the push. That's a big call. Both players kind of muscling each other, but they upgrade it to a corner. Lawrence is taking the advantage in the number of penalty corners this half. 4.5 to go. Golden opportunity for the Bulldogs to tie this quarterfinal matchup between the number 3 and number 6 seed. We'll try it from the other side this time. Ball's pushed to the top. Comes out of the circle. Little drop pass. Rush able to pick it off. Ranlett collects it. And that's a total foul. So Nokomis will keep possession. Belanger picks it up. Nice job. Pushes it ahead. Nice. Tips it ahead. It's kind of a little bit of inconsistency. King with a nice shot on goal. In a corner. Not sure what really happened there, but we'll take it. The calls on this end have been far and few between for the Warriors, so with 3.5 to go with a 1-goal lead. This is huge for Nokomis. Not only burns some clock, but also keeps the ball on the other end and a chance to really get back to that 2-goal lead, which would be a tough margin for Lawrence, but you can't count the Bulldogs out. You saw how quickly they could answer. Whistle sounds. Nice. Pushes it to the top. Bouncing ball. Nice job to catch that. Too slow getting the shot off by Nokomis. It was a nice pass. But Ranlett, just too much time to try to hit that. And she's got to recognize that and have that mental clock and just try something different. Nice with it again. Nice has had a nice quarter. And again, that's possession ball. You got the ball, nobody's on you, dribble into the circle, potentially get the corner. You don't need an off-balance hit. You can tell getting that late game stress too. 2:20 to go, Rush with the ball, punches it ahead. King try to push it into the circle. She gives pressure. Lawrence able to push it out. Ball bounces by a couple of players. Belanger gives chase. Two minutes to go. Lawrence with the ball. The 30-yard line. Big hit all the way through the middle of the field. Ricochets off some feet. It's going to be a hit coming in just outside. Fortunately, I think that was Toulouse with those hot pink cleats was outside the circle, because if that happens inside, it would be a corner. 1:45 to go. Lawrence battling. Moulton fouls. It's where Nokomis has got to be careful not to give up kind of a 5-yard call and give an easy corner. That's what Ranlett needs to do, is just keep possession, keep pushing it upfield. I think she loses it out of bounds. 1:20. Moulton takes it away. She's fouled. And that's where Nokomis don't rush here. Let the team get up. Burn 3 or 4 more seconds. We've got a stop clock. Player tying their shoe. Good call by the official. 1:09 regulation. Warriors 69 seconds away from advancing in the tournament. Can they hold off the Bulldogs? It's just who you want with the ball. Rush. She loses the handle. Just too many players. Inside a minute. Watson with a big play. That's where just keep it. You don't need a big hit. Push it ahead. Hits a leg. Oh, it's a tough call. King fanned on it just as it was hitting a Lawrence leg. Kind of 50-50 call, but King gets it away. Bounces it over. Nice. Just keep it on your stick. Just keep it on your stick. And we get a corner. 25 seconds, and I don't think Lawrence is going to be able to do anything about this one with the amount of time left and Nokomis getting a corner. They're going to work this clock out and come away with a hard-fought 2-1 win. Unless they put one in, 10 seconds to go. I think they'll get the corner off and let it play out, but it's impossible for Lawrence to score at this point. Ball starts, there's the clock, and that's it. Nokomis with a 2-1 victory over the Lawrence Bulldogs will advance to the semifinal action. They'll play the winner. Think of the 2-7 game. I think it's Old Town, and I can't remember their opponent. So we'll keep you posted on the website of where they're going. But a great win by Nokomis. That quarterfinal game can always be tough, and the Bulldogs were not going to go down without a fight. But a great win for Coach Saucier and the Warriors. Got to give a huge shout out to Daniel Young from our tech department. I called him in from the sidelines, and hopefully Matt Brown's feeling better. But tune in for more playoff action. I know our football teams are going to be on the road at Herman in a week, a little over a week, and in a few days, a field hockey team. I think they'll probably play on Saturday. So let's go Warriors, and thank you to Warrior Broadcasting. Have a great afternoon, and go Warriors.